Oops, did I just say oops? Yeah, so this is me. Recording on a old digital camera just for once because, well, precisely it saves more, pointedly, it saves more, to be accurate, it saves more memory space, so you get more bang for your buck, so more megabytes than per, no, less rather, so that basically it's less space used than a mobile phone, and it takes 2 seconds to upload once you've done that. So, well, you have to put in the right wire and so on and so forth. Anyway, this is about mental health stigma. The word has a connotation which I won't go anywhere near, but just recently a lot has happened to me and my family and my friends, and I felt that the miscommunication going on in this universe, world, when it comes down to mental health, matters of the mind, the heart, soul. Cerebral matters to do with how people think, what they should and shouldn't be thinking, and how they should live their own lives. I've been taught and told many a time by, I have mental health issues, but I'm not shy about it either. But I've been told many times by professionals, by many different people, and the conclusion I've come to, well, one in particular actually, but Lord knows how many now, the list is endless, but yeah, the conclusion I always come to, that they always try and build a certain resolve, a resolution in my heart and my mind, is that you know your mental health your situation, the way that you feel, the way your mind works, the way your thoughts are, perhaps how they should be, what you like to think, what you like to feel day to day. And if somebody's putting you off that, if someone doesn't listen to you enough, if you feel that people have to make a special effort to get in touch, and quite often you feel like you're the one ringing up your friends to say hello, how are you doing, rather than, and the response you have is, well, it's nice to hear from you, not, well done you for broaching the subject, for, or rather, it must be hard for you to reach for somebody when you need a chat or a conversation, because usually people with mental health often feel shy, feel a bit trapped, feel a bit stuck in a situation where they feel a bit ostracised anyway, a bit isolated, they feel a bit stuck. So I don't think the onus, the emphasis, or even it's atypical for a mental health person. I believe it should be completely wrong for a mentally ill person, or at least someone with any sort of neurodiverse attitude. That counts as well. Who supports neurodiverse people, somebody who works in neurodiversity, or someone who is mentally ill, or somebody who has any sort of issue going on. I don't think the emphasis should be on them to do all the ringing, the texting, the communicating about the important parts of their life that their friends and their family should know about, and should be asking about them regularly to make sure they're okay. Not to make sure, but to enjoy their company. Sorry if this sounds a bit irate, or a bit irritable, or a little bit even impassioned. That's what I'm going for, really. That's what I really was going for. That's what I mean, rather. So, this is really just one of those geeky kind of goofy, get in your face kind of talk to people who you think might be a bit different. That's what neurodiverse means, literally. It doesn't mean they look physically different. You can't always see a mental health issue or a mental health divergence or discrepancy, or something you think's not quite right. Maybe the problem's you, with a bit of prejudice, or a little bit of lack of empathy. Starts with sympathy, sure, but empathy is actually thinking about what it's like to be in their shoes for one day, rather than saying, "Oh, I feel sorry for you," or "Oh my God, oh dear, I'll get back to you later when I'm not busy," or something like that. How about feeling exactly how they feel? You know, there's an old expression that says, if you feel pain, you know, okay, so be it, but if you feel someone else's pain, well then you're a human being, because people, as a very famous man once said, are everything, and making connections with people is everything, and that's the key to stopping degradation to the detriment of your old age. Not just to anybody who's neurodivergent or has a mental health issue, but anybody who's anybody at all in this world. The key to a healthy mind and a better body is actually to have connections, and it has to be the right connections. I'm not talking willy-nilly all over the place, adding, reams of people on social media, or talking to everybody you come across in the streets, or when you go shopping, or when you go out, or you go to the beach, or wherever you go for your fun. It doesn't mean becoming the friend to the world and his wife. Quite the contrary, look after yourself. But it really does mean making connections, making social connections. That isn't a challenge, that's more of a directive. Because I have friends that might well benefit from this message, and I have family members who as well need to hear this message. So, you've been told. Have fun, it's a great week, it's still boiling hot. Let's not complain, we're British. Talk to you later on, bye. I think this turns off like that. No, it turns off.